Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here then hi, my name is Miss Paris and I'm a newly qualified primary school teacher here in the UK. So that means that I have just finished my PGCE, so I thought I would come on here and do a little video about what you can expect of your PGCE. This can apply to whether you are school-based or uni-based, so let's get started with the 10 things that you can expect in the first few weeks of your PGCE. So the first thing is training days. If you are school-based, SCITT-based, then you might expect a few more training days in the first few weeks than compared to the rest of the year. For me, I think the first 2, maybe 3 weeks, I don't know by heart, we had an extra day training. So we had 3 days in school and 2 days of training. So the secondary trainees, I think it was Monday and Tuesday. And for us, maybe it was Thursday and Friday or Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know, that doesn't matter. But we both had 2 days of training just on separate days. So the secondary could focus on their subjects and primary could have their kind of core subject training days. If you are university based, then in the first few weeks you can expect to have mostly lectures, workshops, seminars, and then after a few weeks you will begin your placement. The second thing you will find is that if you don't already know the word pedagogy, then you will hear and learn a lot about it in the first few weeks. This will continue throughout the year, but that might be the first time you're hearing about it. So they will go into more detail about what it is and give examples into that. The third thing you might expect, whether you are university-based PGCE or you are just doing a bachelor's in primary education, is a quite long reading list. Now with this, you have to prioritize what to read. They might tell you what's essential and what's optional, but I have you covered because I have a video on how to save hundreds of pounds on textbooks. So check that out before you consider buying any of those reading books. The fourth thing linked to university stuff is your PGCE assignment. Now, if you are doing teacher training that just has QTS and not PGCE, don't worry, this doesn't apply to you. But if you are doing a PGCE, you might look at the first assignment title and panic and freak out and think, I have no idea what you mean, what are you on about? I can't even get my mind around it. But be patient. Somehow, sometime it will just click and you will suddenly get loads of ideas. I know that we got our 3 assignment titles all in one go with the handbook when we started, and I was looking at them thinking, I have no clue what to talk about, what you expect me to say, but hopefully you will get guidance on that and they will kind of dissect the title with you. If not, then just feel free to ask some more questions. The fifth thing is that you will probably have to do a fair few awkward icebreakers at first. So whether this be with your school-based program and you are meeting your SCITT colleagues, you might meet your primary and secondary at different times or on the same time, you're probably going to have to do some awkward icebreakers. What is your name? Give a fact about yourself, or talk to the person next to you and share some facts, that kind of thing. That's kind of inevitable, but it's all part of creating this teamwork atmosphere and making it a more enjoyable environment to learn in. You might end up doing that at your placement school as well, whether it's just as a nice catch-up for the staff after the summer holidays, but you definitely should expect that in your school-based or uni route because you need to get to know your colleagues. Number 6 is whether you are doing either route, you will be talking a lot about safeguarding. If you are having inset days or an induction day, then you will go through a lot of policies. You might go through any government updates. Now safeguarding, even if there are no updates, it still needs to be fresh in your mind, and you will probably be asked to read certain paperwork that either relates to the school specifically or is the generic safeguarding policy for all teachers in the UK, especially part 1. Part 1's essential. But yeah, so be prepared for that, make sure it's something to take notes on, and you could even use that in future to show evidence of the teaching standards. Number 7 is once you start your placement and you get to know the children, you will come up with a gazillion ideas, most probably, about individual ways that you can support this child, and oh, I want to make this whole reward chart scheme thing for this child, and I think this child would really benefit from this, and you will probably add it to your to-do list and it will stay there, and yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. I did this, I had a massive to-do list, but then once you have lesson planning on top, you've got meetings, you've got SCITT work to do, it ends up kind of being neglected, and that doesn't mean you're a bad teacher, but don't beat yourself up about it. You know, we have loads of ideas of how to support our children, but we do have enough of a workload as it is. So if it doesn't get done, don't beat yourself up about it. If you do get it done, oh, amazing, super person. I don't know how you did it. But yeah, be prepared for having loads of ideas and just maybe not getting round to it, but that's okay. Number 8 is that, as you know, everyone will have had different experience beforehand. Some people might have been a TA for 10 years, some people might have been a one-to-one for 1 year, some people might just have the minimum experience required in order to get on a PGCE course. So if you accept that fact, then you will probably figure out that everyone is going to go at a different pace. Those who have been a TA and have been there in a classroom for a whole year might instantly in the first week want to take a group to one side and start teaching them. They might want to teach part of a lesson, and you might be there after a week thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to take the weekend to plan this one lesson that I'm going to do in week 2, and suddenly you compare and you feel bad about yourself. Don't compare. We are all on a different journey, but by the end of the year, you will all be at the same point and you will all achieve the same things. So if you do that at different rates, that's okay. But I would say try not to stall it or avoid teaching for too long. Otherwise, you know, the worries and anxieties might build up. Just try and immerse yourself, get in there ASAP. Even if it's just with working with a small group of 5 or 6, just kind of breaking down that wall and reminding yourself that you can teach and you do have the capabilities to do this. Number 9 is that you will be tired. Even after day 1 you might be tired and you might probably miss those lockdown naps. However, that is completely normal. It takes time to adapt to the sleep routine, the early mornings, the late evenings, and it's a lot of information all at once. You don't realise how exhausting it can be to just sit there and listen to somebody talking at you all day. You know, it takes some getting used to, but I would say make sure to take care of yourself. Take some vitamins, try not to have any late nights because I had a lot and it was just hard to get up in the morning. But being tired is absolutely normal, and that doesn't mean that you're not doing enough or that you're lazy or you're not up for it. All of those thoughts, just get them out of your head because it's not true. It's normal to be tired. And number 10, and this is more of a piece of advice than anything else, try and enjoy it. It's going to be a whole new experience for a lot of you. It might kind of be like in terms of information, but just enjoy it. Immerse yourself, get involved, get stuck in, talk to as many people as you can. If you're in a big school, try and talk to a new person every day just to try and get involved and get a feel of the school and the staff that you are working with. I wish you all the best in this year. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more teacher content. I'll see you soon. Bye!